When you look at the beginning of how this all started in the Heritage Foundation and how to destroy a democracy and how the slow-moving coup has evolved to what it is today, all the way back since Reagan, they've been putting people in place for lifetime appointments or whatever, Congress, and like Chuck Grassley, Lindsey Graham, people who've been there for 30 years, 20 years, whatever. But they have the ideals of what the Heritage Foundation wants from day one. They have the votes of manipulation and the using of the system against itself since day one. And if you look at it like as they are building this ultimate supergroup from hell to, turn our country into a dictatorship, back into the one vote for household women have no rights but popping out babies and cooking at home type stuff. That has been their goal forever, making this country as white can be. And this is just something that's obvious now more than ever. But when the Heritage Foundation and the people involved, like Peter Thiel and people like, toward the Elon Musk and all the evil dictators that seem to have very, very close ties and business deals and property deals with Donald Jackass Trump, and as the Heritage Foundation is building its home team from hell to do this, they're putting together the best recruitment policy they can with all of the evil assholes in the world kind of working together on it. And I think that's what brought Russia and Donald Trump to the forefront of this is the ultimate scapegoat / bulldozer of hell we can put in front of our actual agenda. So this guy will create a whole shit show to distract everybody. And then you have people behind the scenes falling into place in Congress, getting reelected, doing just enough to hold on to their jobs, or maybe not doing anything at all, like people who have been in Congress for 16 years and never created a bill or anything like that. People are literally just waiting to vote for stuff like this. And then there's all the talk about how they're making so much money, and if they only make so much, why are they worth hundreds of millions of dollars if they've been in the Senate or Congress for 2 years and 2 years only? And you wonder why they blindly go through signing all these bills without even reading them. Well, they're paid to do a job, and as long as they can hold on to their job with the help of their benefactors, they will stay there to do their ultimate job and what their contract is for. I believe that is what's been happening since Reagan, and they have been carefully putting this team from hell together for this very purpose of having a jackass and a half who's so freaking greedy and so freaking arrogant and so narcissistic that all you have to do is pet his fake hair and tell him he is so handsome and so great and give him a couple of dollars. He will let you use him for anything they want. So he's making himself more money than he's ever had in his life. He actually doesn't have successful businesses, but he has enough people paying him off that he feels like he's a successful businessman, so he's going to keep going on and doing this. So he is the distraction behind the real deal and the real goals, mission of the Heritage Foundation and that evil empire that's been building proudly for decades now. And from the governors to the secretaries of states to the Congress people to Senate to the city comptroller that looks at the contracts that are available for voting machines, and they have to vet these companies and they put up their recommendation on who gets the contracts, and they can overcharge by 10 times what the qualified vendor will be. If they approve this one and they push it through, it goes through. Someone makes $46 million instead of $6 on voting machines that haven't been up to par, up to spec, up to regulations for over 20 years. Yeah, let's get that guy. Even that guy that's put into that job that applies like any Joe Schmo over the internet or in person, that could be a plant too, and they usually are. But they're all working for the same goal, to culminate into this perfect storm of shit we are in the middle of right now. That's how it happened, and that is why we're here. So we need to be aware. But because we are aware, we can stop it. We just have to stay focused.